All right, I don't know if my camera is going to come up or not. Let's see. Not working for me. That's okay. What I wanted to highlight for you is a relatively small file, but it's got a lot of includes. And this is the source code for a zombie file. It's also set up to run in um, Visual Studio. So it's a different version. And some of these things I've got in here change the color, play sounds, introduce a wait time. There are things that I don't have worked out in the online GDB yet, so we'll have to comment some of these out. But a lot of them, like setting up a random counter and using a character data type, um, here's basically some stats that we're going to bring in. And then a little story comes on. I don't know why it's called Stay on Task. That should just probably be zombie survival game. But I got these things called splash.txt and backstory.txt, and I'm using a type command. Let me show you what those look like now this is going to be a little bit weird because it's Visual Studio. The solution has got a C++ file, which we were just looking at. I'll make it a little bit larger to see. So we've got a precompiled header, standard input output, Windows, standard. We got that in there twice. It does only need to be there once. So there is a number of include files, maybe some redundancy here. And we've got a function prototype here called create zombie. It's going to return a number. And what I wanted to show you is it's playing sounds, which those might not be in the same location. We'll have to see. This, by the way, is a path to an H drive and 2 backslashes, kind of like we talked about with the character codes and some instructions. And let's see if this works. I haven't run this yet. I'm going to run it in what we call a local debugger mode. So it's having trouble finding a couple of files, and I think that 5-second count is supposed to be happening while, let's see, enter to start, enter your name. It's going to put in, how many zombies do I wish to fight? Let's do 5. So there was a lot of stuff that didn't come up, and I have to fix this so it'll look better for you. In the resource files, what's happening is a number of text files should have been coming up. So, for example, there was using a random number you can actually utterly destroy and get a 4-time multiplier. There's a backstory that comes up. There's a death scene. Bottom text that comes up because for some reason it wasn't fitting on the main screen. There's a decapitated screen. The fight, which has got stick figures fighting. I'm not sure how clear that is. A grave. A huge zombie that approaches. An injury. A splash screen that's supposed to come up. It doesn't look right. Maybe I switched to splash 2. There we go. Zombie war. Survived. Yes. Survivor. Zombie from the right. Zombie from the right again. And some kind of little zombie. So all of these source files were typed out at different points in time to get the ASCII art. And this was a simpler method than having to use printfs. This is especially important because, as it turns out, there are limits in online GDB. So it's just about the end of my day here. I'm not going to have this finished up in advance, but I did find my old zombie game. It does do a lot of color changes and some sounds. And again, if we were here in lab or when we are here, we'll be able to do things with our source file that do things like play sound and change the color. So these are looking on the iDrive and they're finding them. That's a local drive here as well. So I'll have to figure out why my type commands are not coming out. There it is. That should be working. I'll have to relink these. All right, everything looks like it's close enough to show you on Monday. Pressing the key to continue on that to close it, and we'll be looking at the details of this. Like, there's a little bit of a time delay, battle sequence, comparing skills. Yeah, we can go through this a little bit. It's only if you take away the include files, we're looking at 177 lines of code, which is really small. Yeah, it's a lot of copy paste. But again, it's more important you understand the why than you understand the answer. Okay? Hope you're having a great weekend. We'll catch up with you soon.